Hello everybody, it's another Monday and we are live. So for those of you who do not know us, I am Jude and this is
Chris.
And together
Hello.
We are Ready Steady Websites. So today we are talking about your website sitemap. So if you don't know what a website sitemap is, it is essentially the way that your pages are laid out and how they all link together on your website.
It's a list of your pages.
Yeah, well, it's not a list.
If you want to make it really simple, it's just a list of your pages on your website.
I wouldn't say it's a list,
Why?
as you will see
Okay.
as we carry on. Because I think a list is boom, 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 or boom, 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 all in a nice line and doesn't move around or Anyway, so so your website sitemap is a really important thing to think about. It's an important thing to plan to make sure that your users on your website visitors are going to have a really good user experience or a fantastic user journey, as some people will refer to it as. And the website sitemap is something that we talk about a lot with our members. We have written a chunk about it in our website handbook book. We've even got a page marked for Chris to have a look at. So we wanted to go through it today because I think some people don't consider the structure of their website.
Some people don't even know what it is.
Some people don't know what it is, no. And they don't know that they should be aware of it and that they should consider it and plan it well so that they create a wonderful user journey. So what we wanted to do today is show you how we create a website sitemap, how we plan a website before we dive in and build it. And basically what you need to have in mind when you're doing this is what the purpose of your website is, what it is you want your website visitor to be doing once they're on your website. So whether you want them to be booking in a call with you, whether you want them to be buying a product, whether you want them to be joining your email list through getting a free resource or something like that. Have that clear in your mind, and then creating your sitemap will be easier. So the first thing you do once you know what the purpose of your website is think about the pages you think you are going to need or want to have on your website. So we have already prepared this. Here is one we made earlier. This is my Blue Peter audition tape.
So obviously you're going to need your homepage because
Yes.
that's the main page for the website. As in when someone types in your address without anything after the slash, that is what they see, the homepage.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do recommend you do it like this. You get some post-it notes and just write down the names of the pages.
Sticky notes.
Sorry.
Doesn't have to be post-its,
Other
although
sticky notes are
post-its
available.
stick the best, definitely. As you can see, because we've got a bleached wall here from the post-its.
Yes, I don't know if you can see there's marks where we've had post-its on the wall
They
already.
stick forever, like all through the summer and everything.
So so you're going to want your homepage. You are going to want an about page as well, whether you are a sort of a larger business, and so it's sort of going to be a page about your business as a whole, perhaps a bit about how your business came about, or if it's going to be a bit more personal about you, if you are a personal brand. It is good to have some kind of about information so people know who they are buying from.
And then you're going to want your services or your products, so whatever you call them. So it could be services, could be products, could be something else. Could be portfolio, for example. But basically the thing that you are selling, like
Whatever
the thing that you do, the thing that people pay you for.
Yes. So you are going to want to have an overarching page about your services and your products, just to give a little overview of each thing that you have on offer.
Unless you just do one thing, in which case you don't necessarily need all those bits. But commonly speaking, most people have probably three main products that they have.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we've got product 1, very cleverly named, product 2, and
guess what's next? Product 3.
Oh, there we go.
So yes.
So we put those as underneath because from a website perspective, they'd hit that as a kind of landing page that would have a synopsis of the 3 pages on there, which is good for SEO. And then you'd have an individual page for each product detailing which each product does and a way for someone to buy or contact or, take
Now,
action.
you clearly wouldn't call them product 1, 2 and 3. You want to be calling them something that people will be searching for, that actually means something that will be great for search engine optimization to have a page named that. And then once you've done like your products, there may be other things that you want to have on your website. It might be that you do have some free resources. Hi Beverly, giving us a wave on Facebook.
Freebies.
So you might want to have a page for your free resources. Whatever you do, you definitely want to have a page for people to, or a way for people to get in contact with you. Whether it's you going to just have a button that is going to be some kind of form that brings up like an email form, but we personally think you should have a contact page that you give people a choice of how they get in contact with you from your website. Whether, you know, they like to send an email or they prefer to contact you through social media if you put like where you are on social media, or if they want to book a call or whatever, if they like speaking rather than typing. It's great to give people an option. So having a contact page is a really good one.
Also, you might want to have a blog. So if you've got a blog, we do recommend writing regular blog articles because it's a good way of kind of cementing you as the expert in your field. It gets people re-engaged with the site because they're always coming back to look at it for more content. So we do advocate use for a blog. The blog's always been very useful for us in terms of all bits of the business we've done with different businesses.
So stick blog up there. And then also you might have something that you are just sending people to, perhaps it's time sensitive, so you're just sending via a link for a certain period of time. Perhaps it's like a freebie that you are promoting through Facebook ads, something like that. So you might have certain pages that are landing pages or lead magnet pages.
So this is a lead magnet and we're just going to pop it. It doesn't have to be on the main navigation. It can just be floating. So even though kind of when you think about a website main navigation, the menu at the top, this is what people would see. They'd hover over this and there'd be a little drop down underneath. And then they'd hover over these and they could click on any of these pages and that's how they access that page on the website. Whereas a lead magnet doesn't normally sit on the top level. Normally a lead magnet or some kind of landing page, like you said, you're driving traffic to it. Maybe you're mentioning it on the home page. Maybe you're mentioning it on the about page. In fact, I saw a video from Amy Porterfield who says it's worth putting your freebie on your about page because it's the second most important page on your site.
Okay.
So yeah, you might want to have it on a couple of pages. You might want to have as one of those annoying pop-ups, which I know people hate, but they do actually work. But then that comes through to the lead magnet page, which is a dedicated lead magnet page sometimes. And what we actually advocate is you don't put a header on it, you don't put a footer on it because people don't want to click off and do other things. You just want them to sign up for your thing on the lead magnet page. So that's why it's kind of floating there. So it's still on your sitemap, it's just not on your navigation.
Yeah. And so some of the top tips around creating your sitemap are that you should have no more than 8 items or 8 pages in this main navigation at the top. Now, if Chris moves his ear a little bit, you will see that we have got 6 pages on ours, and that is perfect. Like 6 is absolutely ideal.
These are drop downs, so they don't count.
So we're talking highest level, top navigation.
No
No more than 8 pages up there, and 6 is absolutely perfect because that way you're not giving people too much choice. Phone call came through then on Chris's phone, but I think we're still on Facebook, so it's all good. So that's really good to have sort of the 6 items, no more than 8 items up there, so that you are making it nice and easy and clear for where people should click. So another thing that is go on.
You're talking about flow, content flow.
No, you carry on.
The other thing that's important is kind of the flow. Like, does it flow? So, like, this is why we recommend post-it notes because they're quite easy to move around. Obviously, so not like you carve it in stone anyway, but like post-its are nice and easy.
When you're
to move
planning,
around.
it's a simple planning tool.
When we go and do like project meetings with clients and people, we always take post-its with us and Sharpies because we can just do it together, like around a table. So what we'd actually advise on this one, for example, is it doesn't really make sense for a blog to be at the end. We'd rather have contact at the end. So we can just swap those 2 around like that. And also in terms of kind of how someone visualises, well, how they interact with the web page, is they'll look at the top left, then they'll scan the first couple of menu items, these 2.
Which are important items, so they're good to have in the first 2.
Then what they typically tend to do is get bored and go straight to the end, which is the contact. So we normally recommend the contact point is the final menu item. If you can make it into a button as well, that's quite useful. If you want it to be a button, you don't have to, but it's quite useful. So just make sure that all flows and make sure that makes sense. Obviously, this is not a particularly involved sitemap, but you might want to you might want to move some things around. You might even think, I don't really need the freebies page. I've just got one lead magnet, so I could drop that off and then do a freebies page when I've got 3 freebies. So there's that option as well.
Yeah, and it's also good, like I said, you don't want to give people too much to choose on because it's confusing, but also loads of people will be looking at your website on a mobile, and so for them the menu will be a little drop down menu, and you don't want a long scroll on your menu. You want to make it really easy for people, and people have got used to now seeing contact normally right over on the right hand side, and normally as the last thing on a drop down menu item. So if they are really keen to work with you or to find out more about what you do, they will know where to look for contact just subconsciously because of all other websites that they have visited.
So when Stu's saying last thing on a drop down, she means on a mobile phone.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
I said that.
I didn't hear the
He's
mobile
not
phone bit.
paying attention
So, yeah,
to our
on
own
all
life.
those hamburger menus,
Yes.
Yeah, awesome.
And another top tip is you don't want anything to be more than 3 clicks away for somebody. So on this sitemap, they're on your homepage, they're having a lovely look around, they really like the look of what you do, and so then they go and click on your services and products page, 1 click, and then they go and read about those different services, and they think service or product number 2 looks good for them. 2nd click to go and look more in depth at product number 2, and then they're like, absolutely, I love this service, I need to book a call with this person to see if it is right for me, see if we're good to work together. And on that page you will definitely have a book call button or a send in an inquiry button, or however you want to do it. To do that is their 3rd click. So they've actually taken action and sort of made a commitment to jump in on the 3rd click. And it's the same for free resources as well. So they're looking at your homepage, love it. They go and click and have a look at your freebies page. Got 3 freebies on there. Freebie number 3 looks fab. Go and click, have a bit more of a look at that. Download freebie. 3rd click. So that is what you want to be considering when you're creating your sitemap as well, that nothing is too many clicks away.
Yeah, and obviously if they're using the drop down, then they can just skip straight to that page and it's 2 clicks when they make the call to action. If you've got a sign upable freebie on your homepage, then they can sign up from your homepage. They don't have to do any clicks. So, there's always those ways of kind of shortcutting that kind of part of the system. But yeah, don't do any more than 3 clicks because people don't want to visit the BBC website and have to go through a rabbit hole of crazy amount of pages and all of blah, blah, blah. They just want to do stuff and bounce again. So.
And Beverly is saying that she needs to learn about landing pages and where you trade free resources for an email address to build her email list. We have got some stuff on our YouTube channel around landing pages already, Beverly, if you want to go and have a look at that. But it may be something that we do a live on again soon, because I think it is one that, more and more people I'm hearing are now really realising the benefit of having an email list. So they're starting to look at what they can be offering and how to do that with a landing page. Weirdly, we are actually doing a masterclass for someone else's membership tomorrow about landing pages and sales pages and how to make them convert as well. So it's obviously a hot topic at the moment.
Always a hot topic.
Always a hot topic.
And then finally, there's a few kind of legal requirements, especially in the UK, for your website. So even though we haven't listed them here, you would always need a cookie policy, a privacy policy, and the terms and conditions as well for your site as well as the kind of main 3 things.
Yeah.
Normally those would sit on a separate menu, so normally they'd go in the footer menu because they're kind of not very interesting.
They're essential,
but
they're not
you really
the
need
thing
those.
that's going to get those leads and sales. So they're not up the top.
Yeah.
And it's very important if you do have a landing page or you're getting people to sign up for something with their email address that they actively have to opt in. Tick that box to actually opt in to your mailing list.
Yeah, and that is all covered and more in our website handbook. Like we mentioned already, there's a nice big section on sitemaps and creating content, and also talks about landing pages and things as well in that book as well. So grab a copy if you haven't got it already.
Yes, we can put a link to the website handbook in the comments, or if you are watching on Instagram, there is a highlight in our bio to go and find out more about the website handbook, so you can find it all there, or just click on the link in our bio and it's on our links page as well. It's everywhere. We're not being subtle about it. So, thank you for joining us today. Those of you who are watching live, if you have any other questions or comments, please do give us a shout.
Yeah.
I think we're all up to date with them on Facebook. And thank you for joining us live. It's lovely having people watching us live. It makes us feel like there's point in us talking and we're not talking to ourselves. So we will be back again next Monday. I've said that just thinking, yes, no, we are definitely back next Monday for more wonderful website or membership site related tips. And if there are any things you do particularly want us to talk about, let us know. Send a comment now or send us a direct message letting us know if there's anything you'd like to see us covering on these lives, and we will do that for you. So can't see any more comments coming in. So have a fantastic week, everyone, and yeah, we will be back again next week. Take care. Jem saying thank you, super helpful.
We take the panic out websites.
Oh, well, that's awesome. Thank you, Jem. Right, take care, everybody.
All right, cheers, everyone.
Bye.